Question: have you ever looked at your career and thought, I'm working so hard, but I'm not really moving forward? Or maybe I know I have potential, but I'm not sure what my next step should be. Or how about this? This is the most frustrating one. I feel like I'm capable of so much more, but the right people are just not noticing me at work. If any of that sounds familiar, then this message is for you. Listen up. Because sometimes the problem is not your ability, it's not your work ethic, and it's not even your ambition. Sometimes the real problem is simply this: you don't have enough clarity. And when you don't have clarity, everything becomes harder. Your decisions become harder, your confidence becomes weaker, your communication becomes less focused. And when opportunities are everywhere around you, you may not even recognize them clearly enough to act on them. That is exactly why I created the one-to-one career clarity session. Let me ask you a few more questions if that's okay. Are you at a stage in your career where you feel a little stuck? Maybe you're in a job, but you're not sure where it's taking you, or even if it's the right direction that it's taking you in. Maybe you want to move into leadership, but you're not sure what skills you need to develop first. Perhaps you are already a manager or a team leader, but deep down, you know that you could communicate with more confidence, more presence, and more influence. Or maybe you simply feel that you're capable of much more than your current position shows. Gosh, that's a lot of maybes. And who would blame you for being frustrated? Now, from the outside, everything may look fine. People see that you have a job, you have responsibilities, you may even have a great title, but inside you're thinking, what's next? How do I grow? How do I become more visible? How do I prepare myself for leadership? How do I stop going around in circles and start moving with direction? These are not small questions. These are career-shaping questions. And most professionals never ask themselves these very important questions properly. They keep working hard, they keep hoping someone will notice them, they keep waiting for that next opportunity. But here's the thing: your career will not change by accident. At some point, you need to pause, step back, and have a proper conversation about where you are, where you want to go, and what needs to change. I think it's time I introduce myself. My name is Rahman Akhtar. If you've never met before, let me tell you that I spent 23 years at Saudi Aramco as a senior training and development consultant, helping professionals develop skills, confidence, and clarity that they needed to grow in their careers. Over the years, I've worked with thousands of professionals, fresh graduates, emerging leaders, supervisors, managers, and even senior corporate professionals. I've noticed something time and time again. The people who grow fastest are not always the most talented. They're not always the loudest. They're not always the ones who work the longest hours. Very often, the people who grow fastest are the ones who develop clarity. Clarity about their strengths, clarity about their gaps, clarity about how they're perceived by others around them, clarity about what leadership actually requires, and clarity about the next steps they need to take. Because once you have clarity, you stop wasting energy. You stop guessing. You stop comparing yourself to everyone else. You start moving with purpose, and that can change everything. This is why I created the one-to-one career clarity session. It's a focused, practical, 60-minute online conversation designed to help you understand your current situation more clearly and identify the most useful next steps for your career. It is not a generic motivational chat, and it's definitely not theory. This is a structured conversation focused on you, your career, your challenges, your goals, your confidence, your leadership potential, your communication style, and your next move. Before the session, you complete a short pre-session questionnaire. That allows me to understand your situation before we even meet, so that when we do get on the call, we don't waste valuable time with surface level chat. We go deeper from the start. We look at where you are right now, We explore what may be holding you back. We identify what you need to work on, and we start building a practical direction you can actually follow. Now, the session may be right for you if you're asking yourself questions like this. Am I in the right job? What should I focus on next? How do I become leadership ready? How do I become more confident in meetings? How do I communicate better with senior people? How do I improve my executive presence? How do I get noticed for the right reasons? How do I prepare for my next promotion? Or even, I know I want more from my career, but I don't know where to start. That last one is very important. And honestly, there's no shame in it. In fact, it's often a sign, it's a good sign in fact, that you are ready for growth. Because people who don't care about growth don't ask these questions, but people who care do. They reach a point where they need a career plan. That is where this session can really help you. One focused conversation can save you months, sometimes even years of confusion. Because when you are stuck inside your own situation, it's really hard to see clarity. You may overthink, you may doubt yourself, you may focus on wrong things, you may choose opportunities that are not aligned with your strengths, or you may ignore important development areas that are quietly holding you back. A good mentoring conversation gives you perspective. It helps you see patterns. It helps you understand what matters most. It helps you separate noise from priority. And most importantly, it helps you take action, because clarity without action is just a nice idea. The real value is when clarity turns into movement. This is why the session is designed to leave you with practical direction, not just inspiration, not just encouragement, but a clear sense of what to do next. Here's what you'll receive. First, as I mentioned, you complete a pre-session questionnaire. This helps you think about your current situation before the call and gives me important context. Second, we have a 60-minute one-to-one online consultation. Just you and me. During that session, we explore your career goals, your challenges, your confidence level, and your leadership potential, and your next steps. Third, you receive personalized guidance from me, not copy and paste advice, not generic career tips, personalized guidance based on your situation, your goals, and your development needs. Fourth, you receive clear and simple action plan, because the aim is not to impress you with complicated language. The aim is to help you move forward. All this is presented to you after the session in a formal written report written by me and presented to you. This is important because after a good conversation, it's easy to feel motivated in the moment, but a written report gives you something to return to time and time again. It captures the key insights, it reminds you of the direction, and it gives you professional reference point for your next steps. You also receive a follow-up check-in call from me, because I want this to be useful beyond just the call itself. You may be wondering what all of this is going to cost. So let's talk honestly about the investment. This is a relatively small spend when you compare it to potential impact on your career. One better decision could change the direction of your next few years. One stronger conversation with your manager could open up a new opportunity for you. One improvement in your confidence could help change how you show up in meetings. One clearer development plan could help you prepare for leadership much faster. Many professionals spend money on phones, clothes, travel, restaurants, and gadgets. And there's nothing wrong with that, believe me. But sometimes we hesitate when it comes to investing in the one thing that creates all future opportunities, our own professional growth. Your career is one of the biggest assets in your life. So investing in clarity, confidence, and direction is not a luxury. It is a smart professional decision. And if one focus session helps you make better choices, communicate more clearly, and move forward with more confidence, then the return on that investment can be far greater than the cost of the session. This session is especially useful for professionals who want to become leaders and better leaders, in fact. Leaders or better leaders. You may be be an early career professional trying to find your direction. If you are serious about your growth, I can help you organize your thinking and identify practical next steps. But let me also be clear, this session is not for someone who wants magic. It's not for someone who wants instant success without effort. And it's not for someone who only wants motivation but does not want to take action. This is for professionals who are ready to think deeply, take ownership, and move forward. My approach is practical. I don't believe in overcomplicating development. I believe in clear thinking, honest feedback, simple frameworks, real-world action, and advice that makes sense in the corporate world. I've spent decades inside large organizations working with professionals at different levels. I understand how corporate environments work. I understand how people get noticed. I understand how leadership potential is judged. I understand the importance of communication, confidence, credibility, and presence. And I also understand what it feels like to build a career step by step. How? Because I've done it. When we speak, I'm not just giving you textbook advice. I am bringing real corporate experience, training expertise, mentoring experience, and practical insights into one focused conversation. At the moment, I'm limiting these sessions to only a small handful of clients every month. That's intentional because I want to give proper attention to each person who books a session. I do not want this to become rushed, automated, or impersonal. If you book a session, I want you to understand your situation properly and give you useful guidance. So if this speaks to you, I would encourage you not to leave it for one day. You know the syndrome, right? Because one day is where a lot of careers get delayed. One day I'll work on my confidence. One day I'll prepare for leadership. One day I'll figure out my direction. One day I'll update my plan. And one day I'll take myself seriously. Your career does not move forward because of one day. It moves forward because you decide to do something now. So here is my invitation to you. If you feel stuck, if you feel unclear, if you want to become more confident, if you want to prepare yourself for leadership, if you want to understand your next best move, book your one-to-one career clarity session, complete the questionnaire, come ready for an honest, practical conversation, and let's work together to give you more clarity, more confidence, and a clearer direction to your career, because your career will not change by accident. It starts with one clear conversation, as it did for me. And that conversation could be the moment where things finally begin to make sense and click into place. Click the link near this video, book your session, and let's speak soon. I look forward to meeting you.